Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I'm just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for life. I tell you all the time, I don't take life for granted. I don't take you for granted. I am happy and grateful because I understand that every day that we have, it is another day and another opportunity for us to right our wrongs. So just for that, I am happy and grateful. I'm here to remind you, it's our meal prep, that you are healthy, you are wealthy, you are prosperous. Everything your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things because you are great. All right. We are created in perfection. We're supernatural in this natural space. Okay. And with that, our creation, our creator is perfect. So we're striving for that perfection through this journey. All right. So Meal Prep Monday, as I said, we come on here, we gather together, and it's really just to shift your mind, shift your perspective, start your week off in a different space. I firmly believe that the vision Jehovah God has given me is that if we could shift our mindset, if we could understand that we're not battled anywhere but the mind, and we can learn how to shift our mind, educate ourselves on whatever it is that may be trying to come to distract us, to set us back, whatever. When I say educate, it's not always necessarily classes or books, but it's really being able to peel those layers back, understand, educate ourselves in whatever may be trying to come and mess with us. Keep accountability. This is why we come together, all right? We keep accountability. We keep healthy accountability and access to us. Our lifestyle has to show it, all right? That's why it's meal prep. And so, we're in a place because even though we're in May, it's still all about being able to write your vision, make it plain, see it through, okay? So it does not stop because vision is your purpose. You are purpose. You were chosen before the earth was created. Your purpose was activated over 2,000 years ago on the cross. So all of this that is happening, you existed before you exist in this natural space. We're just walking it out. And in order to do that and be fulfilled, you got to be in your true self, not your false self, okay? So everything is still building. If you need to go back, go to the YouTube channel. I am Nicole D. Jones. Click the button, subscribe, whatever that little memo they be saying. I don't even know how to say it, but y'all know what to do, okay? So listen, we're still dealing with our true self, your true identity. The true you is deeply loved by Jehovah God. The true you is spirit. You have kingship. Your original DNA is kingdom. It's kingdom, supernatural in this natural space. And once we begin to grasp that and understand it, we will understand the power and the authority that we really walk in. What is your false self? All that trauma, drama, all that stuff that this world wants us to believe that we are, that we can't do, that we're less than, that's all false, all right? You're above and not beneath. You're the head and not the tail. You're victorious, never a victim. You are these things, all right? True self. But here, all right? When you find your true self, you find existence, you find peace, and you find happiness, okay? That is who you truly are. You begin to live. You begin to have peace, even when storms are going on. This is your true identity. This is who you were really created to be and live out, all right? So this is the thing. In order for you to be your true self, you have to do it with Jehovah God. Okay? So, well, I don't believe in that, and I believe in this, and I believe in that. Listen, at the end of the day, your spirit was soul wrapped in this flesh. I'm not discrediting anything. I believe in the Trinity. I believe in Jehovah God. And at the end of the day, if it's Buddha, Allah, or whoever else, Jehovah God is the creator of all things. Your spirit with a soul wrapped in this flesh. So in that, you still got to go to the number one, Ace Bukum, okay? Jehovah God. To find yourself, when you understand that you're a spirit being, you can't find your true self without finding the spirit of Jehovah God. All right. Period. Then that's when you begin to be your authentic self. Okay. That's when you're able to be who you are unapologetically, because you're learning how to do it through a posture of submission and humility, not arrogance and pride. Okay. So this is the thing. You got to stop trying to create yourself. All right. And I might have touched on it last week, but you got to stop trying to create yourself, but you got to start being able to receive. All right. Don't create, receive. Okay. You got to receive the gift that's within you, because you are the prize. You the bomb.com. You the bomb diggity, however you want to say it. It is who you are in your true authentic self. You cannot be cloned. No one else can be you but you. And you are relevant. You're necessary. You're needed. No one can do you like you. Okay? Period. So when we begin to learn our true self, when we begin to do that, the hating will stop. The comparison will stop. The celebration can come. This is where the happiness of life comes. This is where the peace, the joy, all of that is there. Because now we're not looking to the left or the right, trying to figure out. We're not trying to make people who we are. We're not trying to make, I don't want you to think like me because you're not me. Now, there are some things that we may have that are similar, but how you do what you do is how you do it. And I celebrate you from that. I want to learn and grow from you. This is why who has access to you is important. What are you feeding yourself? What are you trying to enhance? What is helping your glow and your light to shine? Because you have your light, I have mine. Okay? Your true self. All right, we got to stop trying to create. Stop trying to create who you are and begin to receive. So stop trying to do this or trying to do this and start doing this. Receive it. All right, because you're already wonderfully tailor-made. We just got to learn to really get into ourselves, really peel our own layers back so the true you can show up. All right. So here's the thing. Stop creating yourself. All right. Receive the gift. You are the gift. Okay. You are the gift. Your existence is the gift. Every one of my homies know I appreciate them for who they are. I would not be the best version of me without my circle. They make me better. And by faith, I want to believe that they can say that I make them better just by us being able to celebrate the greatness of one another, and then help with the things that are flawed, the false self, okay? By love, by covering, by all of that. This is why I say, like, you got to know your three, your 12, your 72 that sends out 2 by 2. Okay. You have to know that. Who is pouring into you? Who is an example for you? Who is able to accept you in spite of your mess, still appreciate you, love you, walk with you, and believe in what's the best of you? Believe in your true self. If you ain't got that around you, you need to check your circle. Okay. So listen, identity is never simply a creation. It's always a discovery. I'm going to say that again. Your true self, your identity, it's never simply a creation, okay? It's always a discovery. Your true self, do you realize that you are a gift? You are a gift from God, okay? You're a gift from God. You are a gift from God. You weren't created. We don't try to create. God created us. We're not looking, we don't have to figure out like you. Oh, help me, Holy Spirit. It's almost like you have gifts and talents that are in you. It is your true identity. But sometimes we go, and you met that person, what did they say? It's like the jack of all trades, but something of none. I don't know. But you know, like how you're always going and you're trying to, well, let me try this and let me try this and let me do this and let me do that. And it never gets completed. Like you have all these open-ended things in your life. That is not who you are. If you stop trying to figure it out on your own and just be, receive yourself as a gift, see yourself as a gift, and then start putting all that energy into your true identity. Put all that energy into peeling back those things that have hurt you and stopped you from being who you truly are. Okay? And just learning to be vulnerable with yourself. Whew. See, a lot of things that we do is because we give our vulnerability in the wrong place. All right? We give our vulnerability to the wrong place. And then when we do it, we become damaged. We become tainted. But can we be vulnerable with the creator of us? Can we stop trying to naturally create and just receive from the creator and learn that way and be open in that, vulnerable in that, willing to pour out in those safe places that are going to help you and dust you off when it gets ugly. Because at the end of the day, to get to your true self, you got to deal with the ugly of you. Not the ugly of your neighbor, not the ugly of this one, but you. All right? Listen, true identity is a gift of God. It's a gift from Jehovah God. You're a gift. Anything that comes from him, you are. We were created in his likeness and his image. You are spirit. You're supernatural in this natural space. So we're figuring out, you know, like when they say, like, you got to learn how to die to yourself. You got to learn how to put this flesh under subjection. You have to learn how to take these natural things in our flawed self that people want to keep you captive of. That is not who you are. But what happens, I tell you, the enemy don't come with nothing new. He takes factual things and he perverts and taints them. That's why we wrestle with him so much. But that's not who you truly are, okay? Man. Desire of uniqueness is really a spiritual desire. So is authenticity, okay? You wanting to be, you know, everyone's like uniquely me or whatever they be saying. You know, I say unapologetically me, you know, all these things like, you know, uniquely made and whatever. Do you not realize that that is actually a spiritual desire? Because we all, for real, desire to be the best of us. We all have a desire to get the best out of this journey. We want success, whatever success looks like for you. We go and we get these jobs and we want to go to the top. If you're in corporate America, you want to be the CEO, you know, you want to be the director. Like the base of that, it's a spiritual drawing because of who you are. You are kingship. You are royalty. You are all these things. You don't have to be in a palace, all right, to be these things because it is who you are. So what happens is we got to learn how to start being humble to receive it so that we can perfect it versus trying to keep going out and creating it. I hope this makes sense, man. Man, I wish I could see what y'all was saying. Listen, 3 things that we need. Oh, wait a minute. Listen, the response of the spirit. Oh, yeah. Check this out. So now, you know how like the Holy Spirit was left to lead, guide, and direct us. So some people call it intuition or whatever. But the reason why it's so important for you to know that, in order for you to know that pulling, in order for you to know the voice of Jehovah God, in order for you to be able to have the right GPS, you got to know that feeling. All right, because it's spiritual. So in order for you to know when it's the Holy Spirit speaking to you, because he speaks in a whisper, all right, it's not usually an audible voice. It's not usually loud. It's that tugging. Like when you're doing something that's like, I don't think I should be doing this. You got to learn how to trust that. All right, because your internal GPS, the Holy Spirit is always calling you home. The Holy Spirit is always calling you to your true self. It's always, that intuition is always calling you to the you that you really are, your true self, not your false self. Okay. What happens is we begin to second guess and question it because we haven't built that relationship. Like I said before, the more you talk in a friendship, the more y'all talk and y'all get to know each other, the more you get to know the true person. You get to know their truth. That's why anyone close to me, even if I say no words, my mannerisms, they'll know when something's wrong. Because I'm a relational person. When I know God has placed you in my life, I'll just be 100 with you. All right. I'm 100 with everybody, but then it's like magnified. All right. When I know you're a self place, because to me, I'd rather just let me go and give you the good, bad, and the indifferent, and then you gonna make your decision. All right. I got one friend, I tell her all the time, like, girl, you better run like Forrest, baby, because I know this and this and this going on in my life. And if he can't move me, if the cares of the world can't move me, then he'll try to come to the closest things to me. All right. This is why you got to know your true self. You got to know that pulling, that the GPS of the Holy Spirit, your intuition, your subconscious, all of that, it's always going to pull you towards your true self. All right. Okay. So what time is it? 10:20. Listen, 3 things that you need on a transformational journey. These are 3 things. I'm going to tell you this, then we're going to stop. Hopefully y'all taking notes, but you can always go back. All right. You got to educate and live out what you learn. Okay. So you got to start learning to count it all joy, your trials, your tribulations, because, we know how to do that with celebrations, but we got to learn how to take the things that happen in this journey. We got to learn and grow, period. All right. We got to stop repeating cycles and repeating quizzes because we don't know how to pass the test. You got to stop it, because when you do that, you're holding yourself up in this journey. You're holding yourself up to maybe blessings being released to you. You're holding yourself up. Everyone want to talk about finances. Everybody want money. Everybody want wealth. The first thing we got to do is we got to understand that it's just a tool. See, we got to put money in its proper perspective, in its proper place. When we realize it's just a tool because wealth comes from within us, then we got to learn how to be a good steward over the tool. If you have a knife and all you doing is using the knife, eventually the knife goes dull. Okay. You got to learn how to sharpen your knife. Okay. Like in order for you, for it to continue to give you a slither and a cut, you got to learn how to sharpen the knife. You got to learn how to be a good steward over your finances, because as you can maintenance it and you can maintain it, it gives you longevity. It produces more. All right. So if you chopping an onion and you need them diced and sliced and this and that, the sharper the onion, the more onions you can cut. Do you learn to be a good steward? It'll grow. It'll multiply because you got it in its rightful place. So the first thing is you got to learn how to educate and live out what you learn. You got to learn and grow. Okay. Second thing, you got to know Jehovah God. You got to know the Spirit. You got to know the one that created you. Okay. You can't keep trying to figure you out alone. And as cool as your friends are, They can give you some, but they can't give you all of what you need. Because even the way that we see things, we see everything in part. Y'all know that, right? Even when you have a plan, this is why you write the vision and you make it plain so that those who see it, those around you that see it, can run with it. And at its appointed time, it shall come to pass. It's coming to pass because the one that is giving it to you is a covenant God. He honors covenant. So the vision comes in your purpose, but you don't get the end result. You write the vision for the end, okay? You write the end for your goal, and then you walk it out. And in the process of walking out, we only see things in part. We see things in part, okay? So you gotta know God. You gotta know Jehovah God. You gotta find that relationship so that you begin to know you. The more you begin to know you, you're able to take more steps. You keep walking, okay? Sometimes you gotta walk with looking at the lamp at your feet because you don't understand. You can't get caught up on what you see naturally. You gotta stay caught up in what you see spiritually, okay? 9 times out of 10, what you see in the supernatural, it don't line up with what's going on around naturally. But it's up to you to decide which one is bigger to you, period. That's why you gotta feed that from the spirit, okay? So you gotta know yourself, the knowing of yourself. When I say that, I'm talking about discovering and understanding who you truly are, seeing yourself as Jehovah God sees you. One thing with me, I ask God all the time, let me see people the way you see them, okay? Every person I encounter, anyone I meet, I want God to show me how he sees them, all right? What I've had to learn in my journey is he will do that, but every person is not called to me. But I always want to see people the way God sees them because we all make mistakes. I don't ever want to judge people by what I see them do because I don't know their journey. And every one of us is in a process. But I know that the ones that God calls us to, he gives us grace for them, grace with one another. And I want that. I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. But I'm learning that he doesn't grace me for everyone. So I got to stay in my lane. All right. This is why you got to know as you begin to know God, you'll begin to know you. But my first thing I always want is what he wants first. Okay. I'm intentional. I don't always do it, but I'm just intentional. Like that's my posture. And in that, I want him to deal with me. And whatever I have to see about someone or something, I'll address what I have to. And then the stuff I won't. I'm trying to learn how to not get caught up on everything I see because that's not helping my true identity. All right. I hope that makes sense. And you need to, the third thing. So number 2, well, I guess it's knowing God, knowing yourself. That could be one together. You need to find your identity is fulfilling, sustained when you are able to see yourself as in your true creation. Okay. So when you start seeing yourself, it don't matter when trials and tribulations are happening around you, you'll still be able to, you got to deal with the natural. I'm not saying get so deep that you're just no earthly good. Anyone who know me know that's not me. Now, I'm realizing though that sometimes I go deep. I go deep, but I understand that I got to deal with the natural things. But when you're able to really start identifying with that, all hell's breaking loose, but there's something in you that just keeps you peaceful. Okay. Doesn't mean that the situation is peaceful. Doesn't mean that the situation is even good, but it's like a posture where you're not tossed in every emotion of that situation. Okay. You're not tossed in it, which is why I always say less is best. For me, less is best. Tell me less, say less, as they say, all right? Say less, because less is best. for me, because then I can stay in this supernatural space. I'm going to be, I am being the best version of me unapologetically, because I'm doing it in a posture of submission and humility, not arrogantly or proud. So when things come, I can take what you're saying, but then I got to process them and not beat myself up. Do y'all know that if we get caught up in the cares of the world, we'll always feel guilty? We'll never be able, I'll never be able to meet up to any person's full expectation. So I don't try anymore. But I do it not in a selfish way, but I want to live up to the expectation that I'm supposed to live up to. And then by faith, believe that there is grace for both you and I in how we walk the rest out. All right. So Meal Prep Monday. I feel like that was a whole lot, but I want you to be your true self. And if you don't get nothing else from today on this Monday, know that you're a gift. All right. Know that you don't have to create who you are. You are who you are. So you receive who you are. Okay. And you walk in it by learning to be the best version of you unapologetically. You walk in it by submitting to Jehovah God, submitting to the Holy Spirit that's here to lead, guide, and direct you, submitting to the right people, the ones who are predestined and ordained in your path for this season. You submit in those places, okay? So that you can be the best version of you. You can go into those places that try to keep you bound internally, all right? And you start dealing with those things so that you can come out and be who you're called to be, because no one can do it. And you're needed. You're necessary. You're relevant. I need you. Okay? I need you every Monday, if no other time. I need you because I want the accountability as I'm doing this thing called life. All right? So I want you to stay focused. I want you to stay humble. I want you to stay positive. I want you to love the true identity of you and know that that is everything that you were purposed to be, all right? It is not the things that the world tries to make you believe, but it is you truly who you are created to be. You are chosen, all right? You are purpose. You're not looking for purpose. You are purpose, and you've been chosen for this time to impact the way that you do, and you impact on a level that you can't even phantomly mentally understand. All right. So again, I am Nicole D. Jones, and I want you to continue to have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.